Food can be a powerful way to bring people together and teach them about different cultures. In this week's Maury Stories, Maury Glover shows us how a pair of chefs originally from Minneapolis is serving up some valuable lessons about racial diversity and equity in central Minnesota.
New London chose us, St. Joseph chose us.
Just off Main Street, USA, the taste of the Big Easy has come to small town Minnesota.
I think there is a universality to New Orleans food. It is the original melting pot of the United States.
Even though Cru has only been open for a couple of months, its history has been simmering since long before that.
These are heritage recipes passed down from my grandfather to my mother to me.
The restaurant is an ode to chef and co-owner Mateo Macby's mother, Mary, who was a principal at St. Paul Central High School for 26 years.
You know, strongest woman I've ever known, probably will be the strongest woman I will ever know.
Cru's signature dishes like shrimp jambalaya and seafood gumbo are versions of the food his mother and grandfather, both New Orleans natives, cooked while he was growing up.
New Orleans food has so many different cultures in it, and I think there's people can find a way to connect to it somehow, and then once they eat it, usually we got them at that point.
Macby and his girlfriend Erin Lucas moved from Minneapolis to central Minnesota 2 years ago to help bring awareness about racial justice to areas outside the metro. After a successful pop-up in New London, the chefs were lured to St. Joseph with the promise of opening their own restaurant.
We had so many people embrace us and want to get to know us genuinely, and there was a handful of few that wouldn't step foot in our restaurant in New London because Mateo was a person of color, and there was people that wouldn't even talk to me because I was with a person, you know.
In addition to Cru,
Everybody loves butter.
the couple also runs a bakery behind their restaurant called Flour and Flour, which is a labor of love for Lucas.
When we started here, like, well, if we have a bakery, then I can provide all the bread and help with the desserts back and forth. So it just became this sustainable circle of both of our dreams of being fulfilled at once.
But their main course is a farm in Paynesville.
So this is our 40 by 100 foot greenhouse that we're just finishing putting together,
where they plan to build an education center to help students of color learn where their food comes from.
All of this is directed towards that. Like, yes, we need to turn a profit and do all this stuff for our businesses, but our goal is to try to help and heal communities through food.
Macby and Lucas believe Cru and Flour are the first black-owned businesses in St. Joseph. And part of their mission is to serve as examples of racial diversity and equity in mostly white Stearns County.
I think for a lot of the kids, I'm the first black boss that they've ever had. My kitchen is 3 women, 2 black men, and a white guy. I haven't been in a kitchen that's been like that ever in my 14, 15-year career in kitchens. So.
The restaurant opened a few days after George Floyd died while in custody of Minneapolis police. And after being featured in the New York Times, Macby and Lucas discovered people have a healthy appetite for something positive in these trying times.
And we've heard that from a lot of different people, was like, thank you, like we needed something to be happy about amidst everything. And it just happened to be a black guy and a white girl opening the businesses, which gave it a little bit more significance.
Customers seem to savor the message as much as the meals.
To, expose more people here in Stearns County or in St. Joe to, like you said, racial diversity or different ethnic food can only bridge those gaps.
And if their Cajun and Creole specialties become food for thought, that's the point.
The food has always been the vehicle for good for us. Hush puppies walk yet? The most universal vehicle for conversation, connection, and community is through over a meal.
For Maury Stories, Maury Glover, Fox 9 News.